The roots of the Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War, can be traced back to the deep-seated ethnic and political divisions that marked Nigeria's early independence. After gaining independence from Britain in 1960, Nigeria was a patchwork of over 250 ethnic groups, with three dominant ones: the Hausa Fulani in the north, the Yoruba in the west, and the Igbo in the east. Tensions grew as each group vied for power and resources in the new nation. The assassination of Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa and the subsequent military coups only deepened the divides, setting the stage for conflict. On May 30, 1967, Colonel Odumegwu Ojukwu, the military governor of the eastern region, declared the region's secession from Nigeria, creating the Republic of Biafra. The declaration was driven by the mass killing of Igbo people in the north and the failure of the Nigerian government to protect them. The secession was met with outrage from the Nigerian government, which saw it as a direct threat to the unity of the newly independent nation. The Nigerian government, led by General Yakubu Gowon, responded swiftly to Biafra's declaration of independence. On July 6, 1967, the first shots of the Nigerian Civil War were fired as federal troops advanced into Biafran territory. The war was brutal, marked by conventional battles, guerrilla warfare, and a devastating blockade that cut off food and medical supplies to the region. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the Biafrans put up a fierce resistance, driven by a strong sense of identity and survival. As the war dragged on, the blockade imposed by the Nigerian government led to widespread famine in Biafra. Images of starving children with swollen bellies and hollow eyes became iconic of the humanitarian crisis. International organizations tried to send aid, but the Nigerian government restricted access, fearing it would prolong the war. The world watched in horror as the crisis deepened, with over 1 million people, mostly children, dying from starvation and disease. The plight of Biafra captured global attention. Celebrities, journalists, and activists rallied to the cause, calling for an end to the conflict and for humanitarian aid to reach the starving population. Countries like France, Portugal, and South Africa supported Biafra, while others like Britain and the Soviet Union backed the Nigerian government. The international community was divided, and the war became a symbol of the Cold War era's proxy battles. By late 1969, Biafra was crumbling under the weight of the Nigerian military offensive and the humanitarian crisis. On January 15, 1970, Biafra officially surrendered to Nigeria. Ojukwu fled into exile, and the war came to an end. General Gowon declared the end of hostilities with the famous words, "No victor, no vanquished," aiming to promote reconciliation and rebuild the nation. However, the scars of the war would linger for decades, leaving deep emotional and psychological wounds among the Nigerian people. The Nigerian Civil War officially ended, but the process of reconciliation was slow and painful. The Nigerian government adopted a policy of no victor, no vanquished, but the deep ethnic divisions remained. Efforts were made to rebuild the war-torn regions and reintegrate former Biafrans into Nigerian society. The war left an indelible mark on Nigeria's collective memory, serving as a reminder of the dangers of ethnic division and the importance of national unity. The Nigerian Civil War remains one of the darkest chapters in the nation's history. It is a story of suffering, resilience, and the enduring quest for identity and unity. As Nigeria continues to navigate its path forward, the lessons of the war are ever present, reminding the nation of the fragility of peace and the importance of dialogue, understanding, and mutual respect in maintaining it.